Assalamu alaikum, good morning. Are you hearing me, students? Please reply. Good morning, all of you. Please reply me. Are you hearing me? Hamza Mustafa, other students are coming. Hamza, I'm waiting for other students to join my class. I'm waiting for some time for other students to join the class. After that, I will start my today's lecture. You all know that we are doing the revision of tenses. Walaikum assalam, Zimal. You all know that we are revising tenses. We have done indefinite tenses yesterday. Now we are doing continuous tenses today. Okay, so that if there is any confusion in the structures or any concept about tenses, it will be clear from these lectures. These are the review lectures of tenses. I'm waiting for little while also, and then I will start my lecture. I hope you have understood indefinite tenses from yesterday's lecture. You all know that we are uploading all the videos of the lecture so that if there is any confusion, or there is any confusion in the concept, in any other thing, you can easily find out and solve your problems from those lectures. Now I am going to start my today's lecture. Listen to me very carefully, concentrate on the topic. It is very important. You all know that very well. So this is also an English language lecture. I'm Mrs. Afshin Imran. This is lecture number 42. And our topic is continuous tenses. I want to explain all three kinds of continuous tenses here. You all know that there are three types of continuous tenses: present continuous tense, past continuous tense, and future continuous tense. These are the three kinds of tenses, or you can say types of tenses. So I'm discussing them one by one. First of all, I want to tell you what is present continuous tense. Present continuous tense denotes an action that is happening at the moment of speaking. It means whatever we are doing now, it is present continuous tense. Okay, like I am speaking, I'm explaining you the lecture, I'm explaining you something, so it is present continuous tense. Now I want to show you the structures and examples of present continuous tense first. You all know that all the tenses are written or explained, described in the three kinds of sentences: affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. Now, first of all, I want to discuss affirmative sentences. You all know that affirmative sentences are those which can give us the positive meaning. So, structures are there for affirmative sentences. I have told you that we are depending on the personal pronouns, that structures can be changed according to the personal pronouns. So, for first person singular, that means I. Subject, the structure is subject plus helping verb plus verb, fourth form. Fourth form means ing form plus object, full stop. The helping verb is am here. Now for first person plural, that means we. second person singular and plural you, and third person plural they. The structure is subject plus helping verb plus verb, fourth form plus object, full stop. And here the helping verb is are. For third person singular, that means he and she. Structure is subject plus helping verb plus verb, fourth form plus object, full stop. And the helping verb is here. Okay, you should know the helping verb. You should remember all the helping verbs according to the persons which helping verb is used for different persons. Now I come to show you the affirmative sentences examples. Okay. Now you all know that there are persons written here, personal pronouns. I am writing a letter. We are writing a letter. That is first person singular and plural. You are writing a letter. Second person singular and plural. You is used as a singular person as well as plural person. He is writing a letter. She is writing a letter. These are third person singulars, and they are writing a letter which is third person plural. Now I'm showing you the structures for the negative sentences. You all know very well that negative sentences give us the negative meaning. So for first person singular, we have the subject, we have the structure subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb fourth form plus object full stop. Now remember, I have told you that for making a negative sentence, if there is a helping verb, there's a helping verb present in the sentence, we just add not after that to make a negative one. Okay. Now the helping verb remains same for first person singular, that is am. Now for first person plural, we, second person singular and plural you, and third person plural they. The structure is subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb plus fourth form plus object full stop. Now remember that fourth form of verb means ing form of verb. It is also known as present participle form of verb. Now the helping verb here is are. For third person singular, that means for he and she. The subject structure is subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb plus fourth form plus object full stop. And the helping verb is here. Now we come to the examples of the negative sentences. I am not writing a letter. This is first person singular. We are not writing a letter. First person plural. You are not writing a letter. Second person singular and plural. He is not writing a letter. Third person singular. She is not writing a letter. Third person singular. And they are not writing a letter. That is third person plural. You can see that I, we, you, he, she, and they. These are actually the pronouns, and these are the personal pronouns. And depending upon those personal pronouns, we are using the helping verb. Now I come to the present continuous tense in the interrogative sentences. You all know that interrogative sentences are those which ask questions. So for the structures for first person singular is helping verb plus subject plus verb fourth form plus object plus question mark. If you remember, I have already told you that all the sentences end in full stop. So I have not placed the full stop in the structure anywhere in affirmative and negative sentences, but I have added a question mark in the structure of interrogative sentences so that you should remember that there must be a question mark at the end of interrogative sentences. One more thing, that we have, whenever we have a helping verb, we first use it in the beginning to make the interrogative sentence. Now the object structure is helping verb plus subject plus verb, fourth form plus object plus question mark. Remember that for continuous tenses, we always use fourth form of verb. That is ing form. Helping verb is. Now for first person, am. There is a mistake. For first person plural, second person singular and plural, and third person plural, helping verb plus subject plus verb plus fourth form Fourth form of verb plus object plus question mark. Helping verb is are. And for third person singular, that is he and she, we use helping verb plus subject plus verb full form plus object plus question mark. Remember that our main structure is helping verb plus subject plus verb plus object. You should remember which form has been used in continuous tenses. Okay, the helping verb is. Now I am showing you the examples of the interrogative sentences in present continuous tense. Am I writing a letter? Again, you can see that I comes in between the sentence, but it is used in the capitalized form always. Remember that. Am I writing a letter? Question mark. Are we writing a letter? Question mark. Are you writing a letter? Question mark. Is he writing a letter? Question mark. Is she writing a letter? Question mark. Are they writing a letter? Question mark. So you should remember for first persons which pronoun is used, for which helping verb is used. You should be very careful about the use of the helping verbs for different persons. Okay, and learn them by heart, please. I hope you have understood till here. Okay, reply me please if you have not understood anything. I want to ask you, reply me please. Are you understanding everything? Hurry up, reply. I'm waiting for you. Okay, very good. You have understood everything. Now, some of the students are very much late in the class. So please, 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 you should be there on time. Every day you should be there on time. Otherwise, you know that we will not allow you to join my class. Now, I move to past continuous tenses. Third person singular means when you are using the pronouns, personal pronouns he and she. Okay, whenever you are using he and she, your helping verb is. And whenever you are using the third person plural, that means they. They means more than one person. So we are using the helping verb are. Okay, now I come to past continuous tense. Past continuous tense denotes an action that began in the past and it is still going on at the moment of speaking. It means you can understand in the way that past continuous tense means the actions which have already begun in the past or nearest past, and then it is continued at the moment of speaking. Okay. Now I come to the structures and examples of past continuous tenses. Again, you can see that I am giving you the structures and examples of affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. So affirmative sentences first. These are the sentences which give the positive meaning. You all know very well. Now some structures for first person singular and third person singular. Now remember, first person singular and third person singular. It means I and he and she. We have the structure subject plus helping verb plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop. Again, you can see that for past continuous tense, we are using ing, present participle form of verb. Helping verb is was here. Now for first person plural, we, second person singular and plural, you, and third person plural, they. We have the structure subject plus helping verb plus verb fourth form plus object, full stop, and helping verb is were here. Remember, we are using two helping verbs here in past continuous tense, was and were. But in present continuous tense, we have three helping verbs. Okay, am, is, and are. So you should be very careful about the helping verbs. Now I'm showing you some examples of the affirmative sentences here. We are doing past continuous tenses. Remember this in your mind. I was writing a letter. First person singular. We were writing a letter. First person plural. It means when we have the plural person, then we can change the helping verb in the plural form as well. Okay, like were. Was is used for the singular persons and were is used for the plural persons. You were writing a letter. You is the only pronoun which can be used in singular as well as plural form. So we are using the plural form of helping verb. He was writing a letter, third person singular. She was writing a letter, third person singular. They were writing a letter, third person plural. They is the plural pronoun, that means more than one person is here. Now I come to the negative sentences. You all know that negative sentences means the sentences which give negative meaning. And one more thing which I want to add here, that after the helping verb, add not to make the negative sentence. Always remember that if there is a helping verb in any of the sentence, then if you want to make its negative one, then you add not after the helping verb. Okay, remember all these points. These are actually very important points which you should remember and keep in the mind every time. Now, for first person singular, that means I, and third person singular, he and she. The structure is subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb, whole form plus object. You can see that not is added after the helping verb. Helping verb is was here. Now, for first person plural, we, second person singular and plural, you, and third person plural, that is they. We have the structure subject plus helping verb plus not plus verb, whole form plus object, full stop. Now, helping verb is were here because these are mostly the plural persons. Now, I'm showing you some of the examples of the negative sentences. Very easy kinds of sentences are there, very easy tenses. Now, how I can make the sentences? After the helping verb, I just add not. I was not writing a letter, first person singular. We were not writing a letter, first person singular. You were not writing a letter, second person singular and plural. He was writing a letter, third person singular. She was writing a letter, third person singular. They were writing a letter, third person plural. Okay, remember that we have two helping verbs which are used here in past continuous tenses, was and were. Now I am moving to interrogative sentences here. Interrogative sentences are those which are used to ask questions. Now the structures for first person singular and third person singular, again you can see that for the singular persons we have the helping verb was, and for the plural persons we have the helping verb were. Now how we can make the interrogative sentences? By using the helping verb in the beginning of the sentence and ending them with the question mark. Now helping verb plus subject plus verb full form plus object plus question mark. Now remember to place a question mark at the end of all interrogative sentences. Now you should be, I'm telling you one more thing, one more time, because I have not informed you before or uh, uh, in this class, that you have to come with your own name, own ID. Otherwise, I will not admit you in my class. Okay, remember this thing. Now, the helping verb is was here. For first person plural, second person singular and plural, and third person plural, helping verb plus subject plus verb full form plus object plus question mark. This is the structure, and the helping verb is were. Now remember that for interrogative sentences, we use the helping verb in the beginning and we end the sentences with the question mark. Now some examples of the interrogative sentences I'm showing you here. You can see that all the sentences are starting with the helping verb. Was I writing a letter? Question mark. You can see that I here I have written in the capitalized forms. Was I writing a letter? Question mark. First person singular. Were we writing a letter? First person plural. Were you writing a letter? Question mark. Second person singular and plural. You can see that we and you are the plural persons. Was she writing a letter? Question mark. Was he writing a letter? Question mark. Was she writing a letter? Question mark. These are third person singulars. Okay. So we have added the helping verb was here. Were they writing a letter? Question mark. Third person plural. That means were is used for the plural pronouns. That means more than one person is there. Okay. I hope you have understood till here. We have done present continuous tenses and past continuous tenses. Now I want you to reply me whether you have understood everything or not. Okay, please reply me, and if you have got any question about present continuous tense and past continuous tense, please ask me. I will also give you the time at the end of my lecture to ask me any questions. Please note down any question if you want to ask me in the rough notebook. Okay. I will also ask some questions, you know that, at the end of my lecture. So now I come to future continuous tense. Future continuous tense denotes an action that is likely to happen in the future and continue for an unexpected length of time. It means future continuous tense are those sentences which are likely to happen in future. Okay, it means there is the way that they will be happening in future, and because of that, and they will continue for a little bit length of time. Now I'm showing you the structures and examples of some future continuous tenses. Again, you know that future continuous tenses can be done in three forms: that affirmative sentences, negative sentences, and interrogative sentences. So we are doing first affirmative sentences, which are those sentences which give us positive meaning. Okay, now the structure, it is the easiest form of continuous tenses because only one structure is there for all the persons. Okay, there is no other option. We have only one helping verb, will be. Okay, and it is used for all persons, for first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural. In both the cases, we use the same helping verb, like our structure becomes subject plus helping verb plus verb whole form, that is ing form, which is also known as present participle form, plus object full stop. Remember everything, uh, every kind of punctuation mark which I'm using, which kind of helping verbs I'm using. You should remember all these things. And the helping verb is will be. It means there is no other option, so we are using this helping verb in all the persons. Now I'm showing you some examples of affirmative sentences. I will be writing a letter. We will be writing a letter. You will be writing a letter. He will be writing a letter. She will be writing a letter. They will be writing a letter. You can see that for all the persons, whether they are singular, whether they are plural, I have used the same helping verb will be with the fourth form of verb, ing form, and the object at the end. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. Now I am going to discuss negative sentences of future continuous tenses. Now the structure, you know that negative sentences give us negative meaning. Again, there is no difficulty here. We have the same helping verb for all the persons here for future continuous tenses. Okay. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, we have the same helping verb will plus be. Plus be means will be cannot come together in the structure. Okay, plus sign shows that will is used separately and be is used separately. Okay, now please concentrate on the topic and listen to me very carefully. I'm showing you the structure. Subject plus helping verb plus not plus be. It means here in the place of helping verb, we will use will, and after not, we use be. And because of that, I have placed plus sign here to show that will and be are used separately. Plus verb full form plus object full stop. Now remember that will and be are used separately here in the negative sentences. In the affirmative sentences, they are used together. Now I am showing you some examples of negative sentences. I will not be writing a letter. You can see that will and be are used separately and not is used in between them. Okay, for all the persons. Same structure for all the persons. I will not be writing a letter, full stop. We will not be writing a letter, full stop. You will not be writing a letter, full stop. He will not be writing a letter, full stop. She will not be writing a letter, full stop. They will not be writing a letter, full stop. You can see that all the persons are here and we use the same helping verb in the same way. We are adding not between the two helping verbs will and be. Okay. Now I am showing you the interrogative sentences which are used to ask questions. Again, we have only one helping verb here for all the persons, but again they are used separately. They are not used together here like the negative sentences. They are used separately. For first person, second person, and third person, singular and plural, the structure is helping verb plus subject plus be plus verb fourth form plus object plus question mark. Remember that whenever we are making the interrogatives, we are using the helping verb at the beginning and question mark at the end. Okay. Now I want to show you some examples of the interrogative sentences. Will I be writing a letter? Question mark. Again, you can see that I is here in between the sentence, but is used in the capitalized form. Remember, I is the only pronoun which can be used in capitalized form everywhere whenever it comes in the sentence. Okay. So we start with the helping verb. Will I be writing a letter? Question mark. Will we be writing a letter? Question mark. Will you be writing a letter? Question mark. Will he be writing a letter? Question mark. Will she be writing a letter? Question mark. Will they be writing a letter? Question mark. Here you can see that will and be are used separately and the subject or you can say the personal pronoun comes in between them. Okay. In between will and be. Will I be? Will we be? Will you be? Will he be? Will she be? Will they be? Now, you have to remember in your minds that in the affirmative sentences or future continuous tense, we are using the helping verb will be together in the sentence, but in negative and interrogative sentences, these are used separately. Okay, I hope you have understood till here. Now, if you have got any question, please ask me. I'm giving you the time to ask me any question. During that time, I'm marking your attendance. If you have got any question, then ask me. Okay, very good of you that you have understood everything. Now it's my time to ask the questions. Okay, reply me in the chat box. Now, which helping verbs are used in present continuous tense? Which helping verbs are used in present continuous tense? There is more than one. So I want to ask which helping verbs are used in present continuous tense? Very good of you. Abdul Rahman, you have given me right answer. Now other people, please write the answer. I'm waiting for you. Please write the answer. Hurry up. Please tell me the answer. Hurry up. I'm waiting for your replies. Which helping verbs are used in present continuous tenses? I'm waiting for your reply. No one is replying. Hurry up. Write in the chat box. Write the answer. Write the answer. Hurry up, students. And please kindly turn on your camera so that I will see you. Hurry up, reply the answers. Hamza Mustafa, Ishal, Zimal, where are you? Please write the answers here. I'm waiting for your answers. Are you hearing me? Now, my next question is, which helping verbs are used for past continuous tense? Which helping verbs are used in past continuous tense? Yes, very nice, very nice. You are writing the answers, very nice. Yes, Zemal, you are right. Hishal, right. Abdurrahman, right. Sania, why you are not replying me? Please reply the answers. Hamza Mustafa, you are not writing the answers. Please tell me the answer. I'm waiting for your answer. Please, Hamza. Abdul Ahad, Meda Advani, you have not given me any answer. Please reply me. Now, another question is that which helping verb is used in future continuous tense? Which helping verb is used in future continuous tense? Okay, Abdurrahman, right answer. Very good. Now, I want to ask which form of verb is used in present continuous tense? Which form of verb is used in present continuous tense? Which form of verb is used in present continuous tense? No, Zemal, no, Abdurrahman, you are writing the wrong answers. Please tell me the right answer. Sania, the paper will be of 50 marks. Okay. Now, Zimal, you have corrected your answer. Abdul Rahman, your answer is wrong. Tell me the right answer. Which form of verb is used in present continuous tense? Which form of verb is used in present continuous tense? Now, tell me the right answer. Now, there is the name of this form. No, Sania, it is wrong answer. Can you name any one of you can name this form? I have told you which form, what is the actual name of this form which you are using in continuous tenses, present continuous tenses, and past continuous tenses and future continuous tenses. Anyone who can name that form? Now another question is that which form of verb is used in past continuous tense? Which form of verb is used in past continuous tense? Now tell me the answer. Hurry up, reply me. I'm waiting for your answers. Please reply, hurry up. Zimal, your answer is right, but Abdul Rahman, you are giving me wrong answers. Why you are giving me wrong answers? You have told me that you have understood everything, but you are replying me wrong answers in the forms. You have told me the helping verbs correctly, but you don't know the form, which form we are using here. Now there is another question. Yes, Zimal, most of the time, mostly the paper pattern remains same and we are using the short question answers, MCQs based. Some long question answers are also included. Okay. Most of the portion of the paper is of short question answers. Yes, which form of verb we are using in future continuous tense? You have not told me. No one has told me. Which form of verb is used in future continuous tense? Abdul Rahman, it is incomplete answer. Now, who will tell me? Ishal, Mehda Advani, Hamza. You are not replying me. Hurry up. Now tell me which form is used in future continuous tense. Who will tell me? Please hurry up, reply. Okay, Zimal, very good. First plus ing, it is the right answer. Now I am telling you again that in all the continuous tenses, whether they are present continuous, whether they are past continuous, or whether they are future continuous tenses, we are using the fourth form of verb, which means that first form plus ing, or the other name of this form is present participle form. Okay. Now you should remember all the helping verbs, all the forms of verbs which we are using in different tenses. We have done indefinite tenses yesterday. Now we have also done continuous tenses today. I will upload the lecture of the or video of this lecture uh, on the Google Classroom. So please, if you have got any confusions, any concepts unclear, go through that this video, and then you will find all the answers and you will clear all your problems. Now on you will find all the solutions. One more thing which I want to tell you, that yesterday I have uploaded the quiz. Most of you have not attempted it. Very bad of you. It's not the way. You have to attempt, because I have already told you many times that all the marks will be added in your final term marks. So please be careful in attempting the quizzes and the dictations. Now on Friday, there will be a dictation. Okay, I have already uploaded the topic, which will be there for the dictation. So please prepare for that and attempt the dictation. It will also be in the form of MCQs on the Google Classroom. So please be there tomorrow at 8 o'clock, because that I will upload the dictation at 8 o'clock. So you can easily do within 5 minutes, but please do it very carefully and learn all the spellings for the dictation. And attempt all the quizzes and the dictations, because all the marks will be added in your final term result. So please be very careful. Do you want to ask any more questions? Do you want to ask anything more? Now your final term will be conducted soon. So please, you have to start preparation for the final term examinations. That means the syllabus which I have given you for literature and for language, do start preparation for that, and do of practice of all the grammar work as well in your rough copies. Tanya, quiz had been uploaded yesterday, and now the time is over, because the quizzes and dictations are available on the Google Classroom for 24 hours. Now time is over. All the quizzes are taken from language and dictations are taken from literature. Medha Advani, we will give you the date of collection of the copies on your WhatsApp or on Google Classroom. We will maybe we will give you the instructions. So please go through it on daily basis, so that you will get the information about the collection date. Okay. Any other thing which you want to ask? Because only 1 minute is left. Have you understood everything? Okay, now I want to stop here, because time is over. I hope you have understood everything. Allah Hafiz.